fondler gets caught in front of his dad. Do you think maybe, like, his dad started the foot fondling business and he's just, like, walking in his shoes? No pun intended.
Looking at feet.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa! Just, like, straight to it.
Looking at shoes, stealing some shoes, and now we're touching people and breaking into their rooms.
Into their rooms is wild. What? How did he get in there? This is like Oblivion lockpicking.
The big thing that I got going on, it's like a foot fetish, you want to call it.
So entering their rooms and touching their feet and legs, that's this step. What would be the next step after that?
What started out as a burglary turned into a nightmare for multiple women on what should have been a relaxing 4th of July weekend. A resort nestled on the coast of Lake Tahoe, Nevada, became the center of this bizarre crime spree during the nights of June 30th and July 3rd, 2022.
It's close to my birthday.
The events earned the assailant the nickname Foot Fondler, the escalating nature of his crime.
That's like when serial killers get their name. Like, if I was a serial foot fondler, come on, you couldn't come up with something better than that. Like, you got to get a better headline than Foot Fondler.
Leaves investigators asking, what drove him to commit these strange acts? And what was he planning to do
I wonder
next?
what made him commit these acts.
It was really stupid.
Do you think you'll be able to stop?
It's August 1st in the residential neighborhood of Atwater,
They're
California,
acting like he's got, like,
where
the
two
symbiote
investigators
inside
with
of him,
the
the
Douglas
foot
County
symbiote.
Sheriff's Office have traveled over 200 miles to serve a fugitive warrant. Nearly a month after the incidents that terrorized the residents of Lake Tahoe, the investigators prepare to question 26-year-old Mark Anthony Gonzalez, leading to an unusual conversation with disturbing insights and jaw-dropping revelations. The following footage has never been seen before.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Hi, Mark. I'm Detective Jenkins.
Hi, Mark.
Partner Detective Schultz.
Okay. Hello.
Would you mind coming back to our
You think he walked up looking at her feet? He walked up and he goes, ooh, I like
We're going to
it.
walk this way and just have a conversation. Okay. So, Mark, the reason that I'm here to chat with you a little bit about your family vacation to Lake Tahoe.
Holy dog is loud.
Okay. Can you tell me a little bit about your vacation?
We just went over there to, have a good time 4th of July weekend. We just went over there to, we normally go every year. 4th of July, we went boating and just things like that.
I like 4th of July. It's like the time of the year I eat hot dogs.
Nothing too big.
The officer is well aware that Mark's definition of a good time goes beyond boating on the lake. But before she confronts him with what she knows, she first informs him of his Miranda rights. But Mark chooses to be anything but silent.
So I'd like to talk to you about some of your activities while you were up in Lake Tahoe.
Okay.
Specifically the rooms that you went into of the women and touching their feet. And before you tell me that you didn't do anything like that, I'm going to tell you.
I'm wearing socks to bed for the rest of my life now. There's no way I'm leaving these little piggies out because he is one hungry wolf.
This is your one opportunity to be straightforward with me, okay? I know that it was you because you left your fingerprints behind.
According to victim statements, on the nights of July 2nd and 3rd, Mark entered 2 separate rooms at the resort through unlocked sliding glass doors.
Oh my God.
One woman described waking up as her blankets were being lifted from her body, while another was awoken by the sensation of someone rubbing her legs and feet. The officers will soon confront Mark with more disturbing details from these incidents. But for now, they continue to question him about his deranged motive.
So I don't understand why you did those things. I'm trying to understand. I've never met you. I don't know anything about you.
Yeah.
So
at least she thinks she's never met him.
Just out of dumbness. I don't know why I would do it.
I also thought that they got his fingerprints off their feet.
It was really stupid.
Well, and I'm sure you can appreciate 4th of July. There's a ton of women up there. Why those rooms? Why did you go into those rooms?
Every room looks the same. It was out of dumbness that I did it.
I'm gonna be honest. He does
not
not care.
I would do it. It's just a stupid thing.
Okay.
But
he does not care.
How
did you get into the rooms? I mean, how did you just, pick the room or decide?
Well, because every room looks the same. I honestly did think they were like the rooms that I was supposed to come back into, but they all look in that resort like they're all the same room and stuff. But
okay.
I just went in through the back.
Mark can't seem to decide whether he entered their rooms by mistake or if he had a more nefarious purpose.
Yeah, he picked them out because he thought they had cute feet, I guess.
The officer gives no attention to his excuse.
So you went in, and then the ladies explained to me that you were rubbing their legs and their feet. What's the deal with that?
Just a dumb thing that I have. It's like a little fetish thing that I got going on.
I don't want to hear that. La 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 la. Ew, too honest. Is it possible to ever be too honest, Chet?
I don't know you, so explain it to me. Just explain it to me. No judgment. No zero judgment.
It's like a big thing that I got going on. It's like it's a fetish, you want to call it.
Okay.
And it's stupid. Have
you done anything like this before?
No.
Mark
How could she question him with a straight face? Like, I am like curling my toes right now thinking about this. Like, no pun intended, but ew.
is quick to deny it, but as it will soon be revealed, this isn't the first time his self-described foot fetish would land him in hot water with the police.
He's not
For
coming
now,
for my
the
toes.
officer attempts to figure out his state of mind and learns something that may suggest Mark's crimes are escalating.
They're getting worse? Wait, what is there after? I thought of it. Maybe he's moving on to armpits. I feel like the feet people are here. Then it gets to armpit people. Maybe he's moving on to armpits.
The draw, or what was exciting about it for you? Was it the feet themselves? Was it the excitement of...
Also, just a random side statement. I would like to say that whenever I commission artists, I've said this before on Twitch, but I'll say it for the YouTube channel. I used to look for people who were really good foot fetish artists. Not because I like feet, but because when they are like so specifically good at drawing one thing, they are going to be good at everything. Like the people who are good at drawing feet are really good artists.
The I shouldn't be doing this? What was the deal with that?
Honestly, I really don't know. It's just
You don't know nothing.
wanting to go the next step, you know? Like,
Yeah.
Just,
He's
I
QTEing
don't
this
know.
entire
What's
conversation.
the first step?
well, just like watching
I hear you say that you
things,
have a foot fetish. Okay, what
Yeah.
kind of stuff do you watch?
just
Oh,
like,
no.
like dumb, like just random,
Like
stuff like
regular, or is there like I don't know?
It's
Is
just,
there like
it's just
foot-
regular. It's just, well, there is, but I
What?
just normally just do the regular.
Have you ever done?
Nah. He's watching Tracer 1080p, like crazy Overwatch stuff. I can tell by looking at him, he is an Overwatch connoisseur.
Anything like that, like stolen shoes, taken shoes, anything
No,
like that?
just
Jury?
I bought
Yeah,
shoes
probably
from
jury.
women and
Women's
stuff, like
shoes.
online and all that.
The officer isn't simply making an educated guess about his activities. While she's keeping her awareness of Mark's history close to the vest for now, she'll soon explain what she knows about the case in shocking detail.
Oh
In
no,
the
she knows
meantime, as
more.
Officer Jenkins continues to question Mark, Officer Schultz decides to call in for backup to prevent an uncomfortable situation
Oh,
from
God,
unfolding
yeah.
when a
He's
family
gonna
member begins
look at
watching
your
the
feet.
encounter from a distance.
Oh, the dad's
Hey,
coming.
could you ask a unit to meet us over here? Yeah, we're going to be doing that here shortly. So we just, like for black and white, we got a family member that's out here just for a cover for us.
See, I'm gonna be honest with you. I have no idea why I would do that. It's just like a thing that I have going on, and it's.
What?
I know it's not.
He's acting like Ratatouille was on his head, like pulling his hair, trying to make him touch some feet. It's not me. It's that damn rat. You don't understand.
Not the right thing,
Yeah.
but I don't know.
Unfortunately, no, it's
Yeah.
not. Have you spoken with someone about
I've spoken to a therapist, but like
what have you
it's been a
learned?
while.
Okay.
Yeah, a few things. How to try to cope with it. Wear a little
Okay.
wristband and stuff to kind of cope with that situation.
While the use of a wristband is a documented tactic used by some psychologists to mitigate unwanted
Is that
behavior,
real? Wait, are there wristbands that you can wear that make you do the right thing? It's like, I've never heard of that. Like, can I have one that makes me clean my room? Because right now it is filthy in here. It is disgusting. Can I get a wristband that makes me clean?
it's interesting to note that Mark does not appear to be
Oh, it's like if you look at it, it's supposed to remind you to do the right thing. Oh, okay.
wearing one.
When
It's
you
like
say you
mental.
wear a
Okay.
wristband to like,
Well, just like if I do get into that stage, I'll normally try to wear it, and it'll snap me out of things doing weird things
Oh,
like
okay,
that.
I see.
have you been doing weird things like that for some time?
No, just watching. Like I said, watching just kind of copes with it.
To like
Yeah.
to deal with it.
Yeah.
How long have you had the foot fetish?
Honestly, like more than 7 years.
Okay.
It's been a
This
while.
is a conversation that never
Almost
ends.
6,
Okay,
yeah.
so before you were an adult,
Yeah.
how did you? I guess.
I guess people just like have their own thing, Like
Yeah.
I guess
What's
that's
the
how
first time that you remember having like a thing for feet? Like, how did you discover it?
This is like a dream.
I honestly have no idea. I think I might have seen something. That
This is literally a dream.
Watching something like that.
Yeah, the cop is like, I know it's her job to get the information, but she's just like seems genuinely questioning. Like she's just like, why would you do that? Like, what the hell were you thinking, man?
It stuck with me for a while. Yeah.
I don't know. She's gonna be like, you got a link to one of those, like.
Never went away.
After gaining some insights into Mark's compulsions, the officer circles back to the incident that brought them to his front door and refers to an earlier statement he made that has some deeply unsettling implications.
Okay, now I'm scared.
You know that you have this foot fetish, and then this was because you wanted to, I think you said, take the next step.
Yeah.
Okay, I would have laughed there if I had to say take the next step talking about a foot fetish. I don't know why I love Sunday comic humor.
So entering their rooms and touching their feet and legs, that's this step. What would be the next step after that?
Well, I'm not too sure. Just something going on with like
was there more that you were wanting to do that you didn't?
No.
Oh no.
Please forgive the
Please. What the hell is she gonna say if she's saying sorry already? This can't be good.
Personal nature of my questions, and I know it might be awkward talking to a female if you prefer to talk to me.
It's fine.
I appreciate your honesty. I do. No judgment from me, okay? No matter what we talk about, zero judgment. Okay, we all have our stuff, right?
Yes.
When you were in the rooms with the women, there was some.
Why do cops do the grabbing the best thing? Well, for me, this is gonna sound really weird, and don't think too much into it, but like sometimes if I'm like walking around and I can't find an item, I don't know if you guys do this, but like I'll just like grab right here and I'll be like, it's like my radar. It's like a comfort thing. It's like somewhere to put your hands. I don't know.
Thought that perhaps you were
No, I was just watching, touching.
Oh, you're just watching
yourself?
Yeah.
Okay,
Wait.
touching yourself.
Okay, so
No,
what?
no, just watching them.
Watching them.
And yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mark struggles to get his story straight, and the officer isn't buying it.
I wasn't even sure if she was a woman, to be honest. Like, I just went in and just like had it done this.
Okay.
Like I said, one of them,
And Mark, this is the part where let's just be honest with each other, okay? I don't think that you went into a random room. I don't think that you're into guys' feet.
No.
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think you're into guys' feet.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe he is. Maybe he just has a love of the game.
So I think that you probably knew that it was a woman, and I'm not judging you, okay?
I really didn't know, like, because it was so dark.
So did you just randomly start checking doors and find one that's unlocked, or what? How many times do you recall doing that? Obviously, I know the answer, but I'm going to see you be honest with me. How many times do you recall doing that?
Doing it.
Going into a woman's room, rubbing her feet and her legs, or trying to.
This is the only first time I've done it like there.
Mark's heavy emphasis on the word there is troubling to say the least.
Yeah,
and begs the
there.
question, was it really his first time?
No.
When you were up in Tahoe, I understand that. How many times while you were there?
Just twice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you try to get into another room but the door was locked?
No.
There was actually 3 times.
Just once that I went in.
Okay.
For the one that was open.
This would turn out to be a lie.
Guys, lock your doors. They're touching everybody's feet out here.
Mark may have been stopped due to one locked door, but it did little to slow him down, as he brazenly broke into not one,
he
but
broke
2
in?
other rooms.
Okay,
Yeah.
you went in the ones that were open. Okay, so 2 times, and then only went in the ones that were open.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, unfortunately, you kind of hit the nail on the head going into a woman's room without their permission, touching them without their permission. That's a crime. I'm sure you understand that.
Yeah. I don't know why I would do it. Like I said, it's like stupid.
No, I hear you.
That guy back there looks so nervous. I don't know why. He just looks like really freaked out.
I hear you what you're saying, and it sounds to me like this is something that you've been kind of...
Reminds me of the guy who was sucking toes in the mall shoe store. What? Like at the Van store, you're like, can I have a size 8? And he goes, let's see if you'd actually fit a size 8. Yep, I'd actually recommend a 7.5, honestly.
battling for some time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Are your parents aware of this struggle that you
They
have?
are.
They are?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do they know what you did in Tahoe? Did you tell them?
They do.
Okay, when did you tell them?
He told
Well,
his
they
dad.
found out. I didn't tell them.
Oh,
They found out.
how did they find out?
This is my sister told them.
What?
It was,
Oh, he has a sister?
And then they figured it out.
Yeah, because
through the
my
news.
past. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So your sister saw the news?
Yeah.
Kind of called you out on it?
Kind of, yeah.
Well, why didn't you call me? Well, why you make me drive all the way here? Why don't you call me? Come on now.
Scared.
I know, I get it. I get it. And I understand where you're coming from.
I kind of like this cop. She seems nice.
To be held accountable for your crimes, okay?
He's getting
so
closer.
I have a warrant for your arrest.
Okay.
Wow, he knew stage right. He cued in immediately. Like, they're like a fun little duo.
I do appreciate your honesty. Thanks for the conversation. I think that goes a long way to speak to the kind of man that you are.
Yeah.
A lot of guys would just stand here and be like, I don't know what you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
The discussion between Mark and Officer Jenkins is far from over, as he has more jaw-dropping confessions to share. In the meantime, Mark's father has seen the handcuffs go on and has finally decided to get closer to the situation.
No, I don't know what it says.
Do you want me to inform your dad of what's going on?
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, Hugo. Hi. So he informs me that he's already spoken with you about the things that he did in Tahoe.
What he did?
While Mark's father claims to be unaware of the events, what he says next reveals he knows more than he's letting on.
So he...
Oh, look, I'm sorry to be distracting, but look. Puppy, that was a dog that was barking. Now he's all chill and cool. Look at how cute he is.
entered the rooms of multiple women. So I have a warrant for his arrest. There's 4 different charges. 2 are burglary, which is a felony in the state of Nevada.
What did he steal? I think I missed that.
It doesn't matter. Burglary is not stealing.
Oh, it's
Burglary
not? Oh, okay. Wait, actually, write this down because I have no idea.
in the state of Nevada is defined as entering any structure with the intent to commit larceny, assault, battery, or any other felony once inside.
I didn't know that.
Touching another person's body against their will is a battery. Okay? So that's included in the statute of burglary.
Interesting.
Okay? And then battery and attempted battery. So there's 4 different charges. I'm sorry to, it sounds like he's been struggling with this for quite some time. So unfortunately, I believe he's escalating a little bit. I know he's already seeing a counselor.
What the hell is the dad thinking? If you were the parent, what would you think here?
But that's what's going on. So he just asked that I kind of fill you in. So I
kind of noticed that when you were talking, you were trying to get him to admit something like a type of charge, like something that has to do with it.
No, so he has priors here. I don't know if you're aware of his history with Atwater Police Department or Merced County Sheriff's Office. He has prior contacts, and during those contacts, their cases, there was some information given to me that maybe he had been after taking some women's shoes or touching himself.
According to the Atwater Police Department, Mark was suspected of stealing women's shoes from porches and garages in his neighborhood, leading to one sergeant.
See, but what's crazy is if my shoes got stolen, I wouldn't immediately think it was a person. I would think it was like a raccoon or something, or like a rat. Like, I wouldn't think that it was like an actual person.
Giving him the nickname, the Shoe Bandit.
They need better names. There has to be, what is it called? Alliteration or something. There has to be a way to make this sound better. Like the soul snatcher. Okay, that's kind of scary. That's like that's like underworld type shit.
But this won't be the only shoe-related incident, as a report will reveal later.
I do think that he has
the toe tickler is scary.
That's kind of got the better of him, and he's having some decision-making issues, and it's escalating. We're going from looking at feet, looking at shoes, stealing some shoes, and...
This is kind of a moral question, but I'm actually curious. How do you help somebody like this? Like, obviously he shouldn't be doing this stuff, but how do you help somebody and make it so that they stop doing things like this? I don't know what you're supposed to do.
Now we're touching people and breaking into their rooms.
Therapy? Maybe he could get like, when I lived in Japan, I went to Don Quixote, which is like their Walmart, and they had like feet like lights, if you know what I'm trying to say. Maybe he needs one of those.
Right.
While Mark waits in handcuffs, the second unit Officer Schultz requested has still not arrived.
Hey, it's Schultz from the Douglas County again. Hey, just want to let you know we're code 4 with 1 in custody. Could one of your units transport him for us, or do we need to transport him to your facility? There's a 20+ ETA. We're 14 minutes out from the facility. We want to just go.
Yeah, I can just take it.
Okay.
You want to just put him in the front?
With you, and then I'll ride by.
Yeah, that sounds good.
While letting a suspect sit in the front seat
doing
beside
that?
the arresting officer is unusual.
That's
it's
weird.
the following conversation.
One time I took an Uber ride when I was trying to get to my job at Chili's, and I sat in the front because it was my first Uber ride ever, and the guy looked over at me and he went, okay. And that moment I learned to never sit in the front seat of the Uber because that's like weird people shit.
And that takes place between the two that will surely raise a few eyebrows.
You're not going to attack me while I drive, right?
No.
What?
Well, you say that, but I've had people attack me while I was driving.
No. Now he's going to say he's going to lick your feet. Oh, no.
So I just want to make sure that that's not a deal. No, you've been a perfect gentleman, and I appreciate
What?
that. Thank you.
Left at the stop sign.
Left?
Left.
All right, you be my driver. He's promised he's not going to attack me while I'm driving.
Why would I do that?
I don't know. People do silly things.
As
This is
the
weird.
conversation continues,
I'm gonna be honest,
the
this is
questions
weird.
from Officer Jenkins veer more and
Like, I know she's trying to, like, make it so he's not, like, aggressive, but 1, front seat, weird. 2, gentleman talk, weird. 3, like, this is, like, way too casual. I don't know how to explain it. Like, what?
more into deeply unsettling territory.
If the women had woken up, did you have a plan as to what you were going to do after that?
Just the same thing.
Just winging it?
Yeah.
Look, he's not used to this, okay? He's just dipping his toes into this whole foot fetish thing.
Did you have a thought or a fantasy of how it might go in your mind?
No, not really. Yeah.
Did it bother you at all that, like, they were sleeping next to their husband?
Disturbingly, in both
Did she call him a foot C-word?
instances, the women were not alone.
Oh my
When one
God.
victim nudged her husband awake, he reported seeing a shadowy figure at the foot of their bed. After shouting at the unknown person, he then chased him through the sliding door, but lost sight of him shortly after.
I guess, not specifically the husband, but that they were next to someone. Did that have anything to do with it?
Probably like the thrill.
But I guess, was it more exciting for you that way because it was a little more scary? Or
No, it's just the same.
I
so
don't
what
care.
part of it was exciting for you? Was
The
it
feet,
entering
the
room
feet!
secretly? Was it the actual feet and legs and being able to touch them? Or what was the most
Probably just
exciting
the
thing
feet.
for you?
Yeah. The feet and legs, yeah. Not
there-
entering or nothing like that.
Is there a particular type of feet or legs that you like?
Please don't say 7.5 or
Probably
8.
Just like ones that are nice, nicely groomed.
I have a, what's it called? I have a Morton's toe, okay? This is actually really bad for feet people, so I will never have, like, a foot website because Morton's toe, if you look down at your feet, chat, means that your second toe is longer than your first toe, okay? So you can take a peek right now. That means that you cannot sell feet pictures because guys want them to be in a line. And people online have gotten surgery to shrink the size of their second toe in order to sell feet pics. I had a very desperate time in my life where I thought about it and then I went, damn it! Bad RNG!
Like, I don't know.
Is it women's feet, men's feet, all
Just
feet?
women's feet,
Just
yeah,
women's feet?
yeah.
Okay.
Huh?
I can't honestly say I've ever watched it. What would foot consist of?
I mean, I guess this is good because she's getting information out of him. But at the same time, like, why he yapping? Like, shut your mouth.
Just doing it with the feet is all it
Okay.
is. It's nothing big.
So, like, with feet?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just that.
All right. Have you ever tried it?
Yeah, I've tried it.
How'd it go?
Get him the foot
You enjoyed
light.
Yeah.
With a consenting partner?
Yeah. Nah, I mean, I guess that would help me out. Like,
If you had a
Maybe he just needs someone to match his freak. He needs someone to match his foot freak.
consenting
Yeah.
partner.
Yeah.
The officer's line of questioning is far from over. And there's still one important question about his behavior she has yet to ask.
Do you think you'll be able to stop? I mean, honestly.
I don't know. It's like wired in his brain.
Maybe. Yeah, of course.
Have you been in like a committed relationship where that was a thing?
No.
So you're not sure?
No.
Okay.
I've never actually like done that, like dated or anything. Like
Okay.
that,
Oh,
like,
I thought he was talking about the foot thing.
So just had encounters?
Yeah. Right now, what I'm doing is actually buying the shoes from the woman online.
Oh, yeah, I know people who
And
do
that's
that.
kinda cool.
I once had somebody in my DMs on Twitter ask if I could wear a pair of shoes that they sent to me to the gym every day. And I said, no, thank you. And I think that was around the same guy. This might be the same person. Somebody sent me a DM and they said, can I send you my jacket and you sit on it and toot on it for a month straight and then send it back to me? But they only offered like $50 and that was kind of a lot of work.
Coping with my problem.
Okay.
After his identity in this case was revealed to the public, one woman came forward with a troubling story about an interaction with Mark on the website OfferUp.com.
Oh.
The truth of the matter has not been verified, and the statements made by this individual only reflect their opinion.
Uh-oh.
According to her statement, Mark was interested in purchasing a pair of high-heeled shoes from
Yeah,
her,
probably.
but first requested she put the shoes on
This is the guy
and
who
take
sent me a
pictures of
DM.
her feet. She refused and immediately ceased all communication with him. 9 other postings on his seller profile showed that Mark was attempting to sell or give away various pairs of women's sandals, flip-flops, and high heels,
These are the
which
ones
may
that he
be what
took?
prompts Officer Jenkins to ask the following question.
Why is he selling them
Is there a
then?
particular type of shoe that you look?
Open-toed shoes.
Okay.
Anything open-toed.
So that
I'm not
you
into
can-
like the closed-toed anything.
He doesn't want a peep show. He doesn't want to leave it to the imagination. He wants to see those raw doggies hanging out, man.
Okay. All right, so you got to be able to see the feet.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you ever had the compulsion to hurt
No.
feet or anything like that? Or did you have any thought of hurting the women when you were
no.
touching their feet and legs?
No.
Okay.
Finally arriving at the
think he's just a
Merced
freak.
Police Department, the officers prepare to take Mark in for processing.
Look at his feet. He said he wants to see nice feet, but his look like normal feet.
Ironically, a routine procedure.
Okay. Please let this be a man taking his socks off. Please let this be a man.
Will end up giving Mark a taste of his own medicine.
He's gonna lick his feet.
Bottom of your feet so I can see
Oh, it was her!
the bottom? Yeah. Separate your toes for me. Perfect. Relax.
This is like joy for feet people. This is why?
While it's impossible to know what Mark may have been planning to do next, it's clear that his unsettling obsession was taking a dangerous turn.
Getting into it.
Shortly after his arrest in Atwater, California, Mark Anthony Gonzalez was extradited to Nevada to face charges where the crimes occurred. He pleaded guilty to 2 counts of felony burglary and was sentenced to 20 years in prison.
What? I'm actually in shock. 20 years?
Huh?
That is way too long. What the hell? Wow. 20 years for feet. People who kill people go for less. Wow.
In addition, Mark was ordered to pay the families a restitution in the amount of $435.
What?
He was later transferred back to his home state, where he remains incarcerated at the Substance Abuse Treatment Facility and State Prison in Corcoran, California.
Wow. I literally can't believe it. I don't know, how long would you have given him? 20 years is way too long. Oh my God. Like 5? That is insane, man. Life. Yeah, give him life in prison. Give him life in prison for liking feet. Man gets 20 years for his crime. Oh yeah, people are pissed. An interrogation about a foot fetish in the middle of the street is hilarious. I wasn't even sure if it was a woman as a wild defense. Wow, okay. Well, that was interesting. I kind of feel bad for him. I know I shouldn't, but wow, 20 years is wild.